Hello there, I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. I'm a comic book presser located up in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, and you're watching another CGC unboxing. That's right, because I'm a comic book presser and because I'm also a CGC authorized dealer, yeah, you know what? Once in a blue moon, I get one of these massive boxes back from CGC, and this one arrived unexpectedly on a Sunday, which was really, really strange. This box was due to me on Friday. Then I got a notice from FedEx that it was going to be postponed to Monday. Then this morning, Sunday morning at 9 a.m., there was a knock at the door, and this CGC box arrived. Now, I'm also expecting 2 or 3 more CGC boxes this week. So there'll be a few CGC unboxings, but I figured since it was a slow, kind of a quiet Sunday night, wouldn't it be nice to get on here and see what books came in? It's one of those big magazine-sized boxes. Several, looks like we got quite a few invoices attached to this particular box. There we go. It's raining bubble wrap. Oh yeah, lots of invoices here. Lots of single orders, I think. So the books that are inside this box this box is comprised of several different orders from different clients. So that's a good thing, right? Let's have a look and see what we've got. Okay, let's just get right to it. Well, first off, we've got a magazine, and I think this one is Luke's. I think it is. I'm not sure. I had a couple of Vampirellas, but Luke's, I think. Anyways, I'm not sure. I'll find out soon enough who this belongs to, but it's a Vampirella #1 and a 7.5 and a magazine. We don't see too many magazines coming back because it takes forever to get the magazines back. I'll put this one over off to the side here. And you get a second, guys, head over to the chat, say hello, let me know if you're here. I'll come over there and say hi to you. When I get to around 12 books, I'll take a break and I'll head over to the chat room and see what you guys are all up to and what you're doing. Let's see what else we got. We have a oh, these are okay. These belong to James. A lot of these are James's books. This is Cerebus #5 and a 9.8. Got quite a few Cerebus books, I believe. Raining bubble wrap, my friends. We have a G.I. Joe mini magazine #1 and a 9.4. Have you ever seen one of those before, guys? Yes, you can send in mini comic books. I know a lot of the Marvel Legend toys had I think they had mini comic books, didn't they? Maybe I'm wrong. But some toys have mini comic books. So if you have those books, yeah, CGC will encapsulate them, as we see here with this G.I. Joe mini in a 9.4. Pretty rare book. Pretty cool. All right, what else do we have? Another Cerebus, I believe. #8 and a 9.6. Oops, caught on the plastic there. And we have another one, a #9. And this one, again, is in a 9.8. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Another Cerebus. This one's a #9, I believe. Another #9 and a 9.6. So a 9.8 and a 9.6. We have a Daredevil #1 and a 4.0. And I believe this one actually is James's as well. James, is that yours? The Real Hyperion, if you're out there, I think this is your book. And a 4.0. I got a white, off-white pages. I got an off-white pages. I remember James's Daredevil #1 because it had a stamp on it. One of these stamps over here, store stamps. I love those store stamps, to be honest. I think they're pretty cool. Shows the journey of the book, you know, where it's been. All right, next we have a Spider-Man #194 and a 9.6. All right, what else do we have here? We have a Avengers #1 and a 3.0. Okay, I remember these now. Yeah, a 3.0. This is the one with the married centerfold. This was a CBCS book, I believe, but I forget the grade. I will have to do a before and after shot on Instagram, so I have that, and actually that 194 goes along with it. I believe this one was a PGX 92 or a 94, I believe, or a 90. I can't remember exactly, but I'm gonna put the before and after up on Instagram so everybody can see. What else do we have? We have a Journey to Mystery 85, and this one unfortunately came back restored. And what is it saying? Small amount of color touch on cover, piece reattached to cover with tape, tape on cover and interior cover. That the tape issue is not causing the resto on this book. It would be color touch. But where in the heck is the color touch on this book? Like, I'm trying to see where the color touch would be. You know, it's funny when you have a book that's in that kind of condition. I find it so hard to believe that color touch is on that. You know, like who would color touch a book that's in such, you know, a low grade? You know, it doesn't boggle my mind when I see, like, say, an AF-15 and a 9 with color touch or a trimmed cover. That kind of makes sense to me. A person in the past wanted the book to look as good as possible, a little bit of brown marker and a little bit of cut in the edge, and the book will look crisp and clean, like brand new, right? But on a book like this, I don't know. Weird. But unfortunately, apparently, according to them, there is color touch on there. Right. Moving right along, let's have a look-see. We have another Cerebus. Yes, we have Cerebus, the Aardvark number 6 in a 9.6. Okay. And we have another Cerebus, number 7 in a 9.4. These books were really nice. They all had problems. They all had issues that needed attention. I'll tell you that. They needed to be pressed for sure. But they were all quite nice. I'll do one more book and then we'll go to the chat room and see who's here. And remember, guys, when we go to the chat room, a great time to ask any questions you might have about comic book collecting or pressing or CGC grading or the encapsulation process or whatever. If you have any questions, go over to the chat room and ask the questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. Next, we have an Avengers 257, first appearance of Nebula in an 8.5. All right. Is that a... Yep, right. Okay, let's go over to the chat room and see who's here. Let's see who is in the house today. If I can find my chat window, there it is. People are there. Let me bring up my larger size. There it is. Okay, let's see who is here. Luke is in the house. Hey, Luke, how's it going? Good to see you. Good evening, Martin. Just like Alfred Hitchcock is right. Dennis, how you doing, man? The Real Hyperion. James, yes, some of these are yours. Marty, The Real Hyperion, did you do the 155 math? Yada, yabba dabba doo. Stavros says, how you doing, Stav? Sam, everyone, what a nice way to end the weekend. Well, I think so. Thanks, Sam. Colin's here. Craig, how's it going? Hey, everyone. And the doctor, how's it going, Craig? Liam 1, fingers crossed my book's from the Capullo signing or in the other boxes you'll get this week. I don't think there's any signature series in here, Liam. Sam, what arrived during recent What's in the Press? What arrived? Oh, nothing. The FedEx, if you were watching What's in the Press on Friday, I abruptly stopped because a FedEx ground truck was coming around the corner, and I assumed it was this box because I knew a box was coming. So I abruptly stopped the stream, went downstairs, there was no truck. It drove on by. Then I went on to FedEx and checked, and it said delayed to Monday. So that's what happened. Anyhow, like I said this morning, I was woken up by a door knock on a Sunday, which is, I've never had a FedEx delivery on a Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Really strange. Anyways, this is the box. This is the box. Eric, how's it going? Thanks for coming. James, nice Vampirella. It is. Eric says, love Vampy. Sadly sold mine, but needed an ASM6. Well, you got it. You know, if you need an ASM6, you need an ASM6. Marty, who's going to be the first to ask that question? Sam, what question is that? What question? Any AMs 361s? I don't, maybe we haven't finished the box yet. There might be some ASM 361s in there. Stav says, if unclaimed, I will take the Daredevil #1. Well, Stav, you're going to have to talk with James about that with the Real Hyperion, because I believe it is his book. Marty, no, what month are these from? These books here, there's a whole mishmash of books. I know some of James's books I just sent before Christmas, but they were being sent through Express and Walkthrough, so they came a little quicker, although the Cerebus came really quick, I believe. That was kind of odd. Kevin, seems a little pissed off about CGC grades. These ones, no, these are okay. Yeah, they're okay, I think, so far. A lot of 9s, which is nice. 9 pluses. Stav, color touch makes me, sad. It does. It makes a lot of people sad. Hey, Marco, how are you? Gilbert's in the house. Hey, Gilbert, long time. How are you? And Zessie Taquito is here. Hey, Kev, what's up? Any of your books in here? Me? No, I don't think so. I have one book coming back right now. That's it. I don't have any books over at CGC right now. That's it. I have some books that are going to be given out for those prizes that I'm still waiting for. But other than that, I have no books there. I won't be sending any of my own books until I get caught up. And once I get caught up, maybe then I'll do like a 40 or 50 book order, because I have a lot of books to send. I just don't have no time. I'm putting your books, everybody else's books ahead of my own, of course. Zesty Taquito, okay, Christian V. Do you get more business from Canada or the States? Right now, I would say probably Canada. I'd say it's probably like 70% Canada and 30% US. Although I do have a lot of US clients that are regulars now, who tend to send rather large orders. And this YouTube channel is branching me out to the States as well. I am meeting a lot of new American clients, and shipping from the States, is no big deal. And in fact, for American clients, it actually works out quite well, because, like I said, the books, once CGC is done with the books, they ship right from CGC to their place. So it's pretty convenient. But no, still the Canadian is I have more Canadian clients than American clients currently. I imagine it's going to stay that way as well, but happy to help my American friends as well, for sure. Okay, let's get back and look at some more beauty comics here. Let's finish this box off. Next we have amazing. See? You see what you did? You see what you went and did? Amazing Spider-Man 361 and a 9.4, and this one's a newsstand copy. You jinxed it. Who is that? Who said that? Who went and said, is there any 361s? Now watch the recipe, all 361s. The whole box now. 361s. Oh, another Cerebus. Number 10. This one's in a 9.4. It's pretty sweet. Books you don't see too often. Get some more of this bubble wrap out of the way. There we go. About 8 or 9 more books. What the heck is that? Oh, okay. Cerebus number 3 in a 9.2. A Red Sophia. Gee, I wonder if that's a ripoff of. Cerebus number 4 in a 9.6. Look at that one. That's a hard one to get in a 9.6 with that black cover. Pretty nice, though. Pretty nice. Amazing Spider-Man 300 in a 9.0, and that is a direct copy. Okay. Oh, another ASM 300, and this one's a 9.4, and that is a newsstand. As you can see, it's a newsstand copy. What we got here? Another one. Holy cow. 9.2. That's a direct copy. These all belong to the same person, I believe. These 3 ASM 300s, if I remember correctly. If there's a 4th one in there, then I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there are 3 that belong to the same fella. We got a giant size X-Men #1. Nice. And an 8.5. That's a pretty book with the nice custom label. So that label looks good. See, I like the custom label for the X-Men. 4 books after issue 94, which makes more sense. I can't stand that X-Men label on vintage classic Silver Age X-Men books. It makes no sense to me. But on this one, yeah, she looks nice. That's a nice looking book in an 8.5. And I have no idea who that belongs to, but she's pretty. She's a pretty book. Only 1, 2, 4 more, guys. 4 more. Let's see what we got here. We've got a Batman. Oh, Batman 13. We saw that a little while back. What's going on? Qualified. Page 8, 23, 45, and 25 missing. Does not affect story. Incomplete. Wow. It's an early Batman book. Unfortunately, it's missing some pages. All right. It's Golden Age Batman. 3 more to go. Oh, we got a 9.8. I don't know what it is. Oh, nice. X-Men 266 and a 9.8. This one might be mine, actually. I said I had 1 book. This is the 1 book I had at CGC. This could be it. I think it is. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm kind of stockpiling these 266s now. I've got about 4 or 5 copies of these, I think. I got at least 4 copies of this book. I'm just holding on to it because I really think these X-Men books are gonna explode even more. Even these modern ones, you know, the first Bishop, the first whatever they decide to finally do with these movies is gonna really gonna have an effect on these modern comics. Of course, the Silver Age stuff, the giant size books are gonna continue to go up, but I think these modern books are really going to pop once we've never seen Gambit done properly in the silver screen. So once we finally do, then that book is going to be, it's already $1,200, I think. It's probably going to hit $2,000, I would think. Here's another one. What do we got? We have an Incredible Hulk 181. Oh yeah. This is a disappointment. Oh, they shouldn't have sent this. This book should not have been sent back with all these books. CGC morons. This one here is Jeff's book. We sent it in for a pre-screen for pressing, and they accepted it, but then they sent it back a 9.6. It didn't get to the 9. We were trying to get to a 9.8, and this book is pretty damn perfect. And why they can't see it as a 9.8, I have no idea. Gorgeous book, just an absolute gorgeous book. Yeah, I'm not even. Yeah, I'm really confused with the whole pre-screen process. It's my understanding that they pre-screen the book. They accept it was my understanding that the book was accepted for pressing. So I believe this book was pressed by CCS and then regraded again because it went through that whole process. But unfortunately, it stayed a 9.6, which is too bad. I was really hoping to get that 9.8 for him. And you may have asked, well, Kevin, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you crack the book and try to press it and get a 9.8? No, I won't do it. A book of that value, I will never take someone's book and play like, you know, roulette like that. That to me is a little too big of a book. You know, if it was a smaller book, sure, I don't mind doing it. But a book like that, I'll send to CCS and let them decide whether or not they want to give it a 9.8 or not. I think it looks like a 9.8 to me. I can't understand why it wouldn't be a 9.8. A press, if there's any defects in the face of the book, it should fix that. And that book right there, that Hulk 181, there are no corner dings. There's no nothing. There's no other problems I can see. So why is it because of the there's no reason why that book shouldn't be a 9.8. So the only thing I could think of, but I don't know if that would hold it back or not, would be the if you want to call it a miswrap. I don't know if it's a miswrap or not. You see the white along the edge there. Would that hold it back? Could that hold? Maybe you guys know the answer to that. Will that hold this book back from being a 9.8? Because I'm telling you guys, it is a gorgeous book. It does not have any creases. Yeah, it's a clean book. No reason why it should have been a 9.8. I don't think so. The only thing I'm thinking is maybe if you want to call it a miswrap or misprint. But what a beautiful book. We tried, Jeff. We tried. All right, guys, last one. I'm not sure what it is. It is an X-Men number 9. Oh, and here's another one, actually. This one belongs to Steve. And this is another book that we sent in, and it has color touch on it. Steve gave me this book a while back and asked for me to send it in to have the resto removed. And again, this is the second book. I had another book. I think I showed it on another unboxing recently. Remember that Hulk 181 that came back that was all smashed? Same thing. It had some color touch on it. So I sent that book and this book in to get color touch removal, and they rejected both of them. They rejected this one and they rejected the other one, which is a real shame. Anyways, all you can do is try, right? All you can do is try. I find that CCS has been rejecting restoration removal more so than anything else. I think the reason being is, you know, they have to cut pieces off of the book, and you basically destroy the book in a way, right? So anyhow, real shame. Another pretty book, and I can see the color touch on this. They just didn't want to get. I guess they thought it would have just damaged the book too much. So, anyways, again, we tried, Steve. We tried. There you go, guys. That's the box. That's the box. Not a bad box. A lot of 9. I think only 2 or 3 books were under 9.0, which is pretty cool. And some pretty nice looking Cerebus books we don't see very often either. Let's go back to chat and see what you guys are talking about. And yeah, let's see here. Where's my chat window? All right. ASM 3061, bingo. Called it. Gilbert called it too. As soon as I saw it. That was me with the 361. Thanks, Sam. Eric, what is going to be the ASM 361 of 2022? Good question, man. Good question. What do you think? What do you think the 361 of this coming year is going to be? Could it be Miss Marvel maybe, or like Camilla Khan book perhaps, or what other ones? I mean, gee, I don't know what other movies are coming out this year. All the movies are being postponed. I mean, Morbius was postponed again, and I think Doctor Strange is getting postponed again. So a lot of these films are being postponed anyway. So I don't know. But guys, yeah, 361 has gone down in price. Yes. But it's still a popular book. People still want that book in their collection. There's lots of them out there. That's also, so the value is going to go down when people are trying to sell them. Cause there's a lot of them. There's a lot in the market. So the price will go down. Sam says, I always wondered, when you take a book out of the box to show us, why do you put it in the front of the box instead of the spot it came from? Because what I do, because I don't want to pull the same book out twice. So what I do is I have I always leave a piece of cardboard. They always have these backer boards in there. So I put that at the front, and then I put the books in front of this. So I know I just keep track. So I don't want to repeat the books. And when I wasn't doing that before, I'd sometimes pull out the same book twice or 3 times. And so that way, that's the magic behind this production there, Sam. Marty, when he finishes the box will be like he started it, pretty much. Gotta count them pages. Yeah, Eric, you do. Again, if I see something that's totally obvious, I let people know. He's referring to that Batman book with lots of missing pages. Guys, you want to just go through your books. I'll tell you, the other day, a guy came to pick up, I had that Predator number 1 I sold. And I think his name was Daniel, came from Toronto to pick it up. And I had an Iron Man Submariner number 1 on the wall. I don't know if I told the story or not. And he was, can I take it out and make sure the pages there? I go, sure, I'm pretty sure the pages are there. So I took the book down, gave it, was missing an entire page. He caught it. The whole page was ripped right out of it. So, you know, good idea. No matter where you are, whether you're buying from your local comic store or before you send a book in to get graded or cleaned or whatever, you want to make sure the book is intact. There's nothing, awry with the book. So you can do that yourself. You just take the book out and count the pages or figure it out. Look, and oftentimes you can just find it. The book I'm talking about, the Iron Man Submariner, it actually had a bit of the remnant of the page was ripped off, so you could see where it was ripped, obviously. So I took the book and I basically tossed it. The book's pretty much worthless now, but I'm so glad that he actually looked through the book and found that. Now, is that my job? Should I have done that? Yeah, probably. Yeah. But I didn't. So, I mean, we're all human, right? So I'm glad he was that picky. It's good to be picky, right? And it's also, if a dealer says, no, I don't want you opening the books, well, then don't buy the book, right? I'm happy to let people look through the books I have to make sure everything's there. But aside from that, before you send books in to have them pressed, cleaned, graded, whatever, or even sold for that matter, especially valuable books over a couple of $100, $200, $100, just look through to make sure everything's there. Stavros, grader notes. Grader notes on which one, Stav? Had a 9.6 ASM 300 triple signature, came back a 9.6 again. Yeah. And they pressed it too, Stav? Did they actually press the book? Did they accept it? Colin says 9896, pretty much the same book half the time. Just seems like CGC tries to limit the number of 9.8s. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think they want to flood the market with 9.8s. I agree. But when you see a book like that, 9.6, I challenge anybody to have a look at it and see for themselves. The book really, guys, is a solid book. Stav says pulled staple. What do you mean pulled staple? Stavros, what is Stav saying here? What is this? Oh, whoa. Jump there, guys. Sorry, hold on a second. Oh, well, my chat just jumped. One sec, guys. A whole bunch of chats in here. Stavros, you can check any one? Really? Interesting. I'll send it off to you later, Stav. Martin, the white stripe is the first thing I noticed. Yeah, Marty, and that could be it. It could be just the visual appeal of the book because of that white stripe. But Marco says it doesn't affect the grade. And I have seen 9.8 other books with that white stripe. Connor, how's it going? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think 9.8 can have manufacturer errors. 9.6 can. But is that a manufacturer error, really? The book is still square. The page, everything looks good. Just a little extra white on the front. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's even considered an error or not. Marco Coletta. Connor Waterston, 9.9 and 10s. But a 9.8 can have an error. Okay. Manufacturing errors need to be extremely minuscule to get a 9.8, Eric says. Davy Clare. I've seen plenty of 9.8 books on CGC with that much white spine showing from back cover, just like the Hulk 81 you got back. Yeah, and I have seen that too, Davy. Colin, that box ended with a bang. Yes, it did. Eric says, otherwise 9.6 it is. That's how I've always understood it. Well, thanks for that. You know what? Nothing wrong with the 9.6. I would take a 9.6 Hulk 81 right now. I have an 8.5. I'd happily trade that for a 9.6 all day long. RP, hey man, how's it going? Hey Kevin, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you too, RP. I forget if I asked this already. Are you able to remove pen? I saw Captain America 117 First Falcon in pretty decent condition. Some light staining are either fixable. No. Ink, it's on there for good. Marker, it's on there for good. There may be some solvents you can use to remove pen and ink and marker and what have you. I don't get into that. You want to contact one of the comic book restoration guys like Kenny Sanderson or Phantom Restoration. But even still, I don't believe pen can be removed. So unfortunately, it is there. If you see pen in them on a comic book, it's pretty much there to stay. James says, thanks, Kevin. Great work on my books. You're very welcome, James. I'm quite happy with those grades, actually. They turned out really nice. The Cohen team. Nice books, guys. Thanks, Jordan. RP, less than an inch of pen mark. Yeah, again, unfortunately, ink is there to stay. Marco Coletta, Spider-Man 2000. That's, you know what, Marco? That's a good one. Marco, in regards to the next ASM 361 for 2022, he says, how about Spider-Man 2099? And you know what? That's a really good one. I got a feeling that is actually the book that's going to replace 361. And then as soon as the movie comes out, it's gonna crash. Eric Williams, I think people are over-investing in Werewolf by Night 32, personally. Well, that book has been a lot of money for a long time, man. A long time, Eric. I can't believe I was talking to Paul Michaud the other day, and he has one here. It's a 4, I think it is. I'm gonna do some work on it. He told me a 6.5 was going for like $2,000 or $2,500. Like, oh my God, I sold my 6 or 6.5 for what, $700 not too long ago. I'm like, oh my God, they have gone up quite a bit. But I think the Werewolf by Night 32, if memory serves correct, was a low print run book. There's not a lot of them out there, especially in high grade. I could be wrong. We gotta check the census maybe, but it's a book that a lot of people have been specking on for a long. Like I'm talking 6-7 years. You know what I mean? People have been looking for that book, and now because the TV show is coming. Oscar Isaac starring it as Moon Knight, and he's a pretty big name. Who knows? I've always liked Werewolf by Night 32, though, by the way. I always loved it. Zesty Taquito, hey, Kevin, I think we need to drive down to Sarasota and find my comics. Jeez, 20 or so of them, 8 months now and counting. Zesty, first name. Reveal yourself, sir. Let me know who you are. No last names needed, but let me know who you are, Zesty, because I'm trying to think. It's 8 months is long. I got some books back for a fellow yesterday. Picked some books up, because as you know, I'm doing curbside. People can pick up their books curbside if they want to from my place. And that we were at it was 9 months for the whole process. It was 9 months. Although we had a lot of books had been here already, but they was waiting for 2 or 3 of the last ones. And they came in with that last shipment. So Zesty, what's your first name, Zest? James, I think Thor 1 will be graded a lot this year as well. You're talking Thor 1 with the Jane Foster Thor. You're probably right as well, James. RP, contemplating, I'd say conditions about a 5, but wondering how much more I'd get dinged through those, should those issues not be able to be fixed. Well, a bit of pen is a stain, right? So it depends on how big or how much of a pen mark is on there. It depends on how much of a pen mark is on there. Send me a picture. I'd like to see it. Sam says, I say the new 361 is ASM 365. I got one as a gift, so I hope to send it in soon. Yeah. Nice. And that's another one too. 365 or Spider-Man 2099 #1. They both kind of work for me. Yeah, RP, please send me a picture of the book you're looking at getting with the pen mark. I'm curious to see how bad a mark it is. Marco says, seriously though, my actual guess for most submitted book of 2022 either be Moon Knight #1 or She-Hulk #1. Well, She-Hulk #1 this past year I did quite a few. She-Hulk #1, I did hundreds of them this year. The Moon Knight #1 in the last 3 months, the purple covered Moon Knight #1 has started to really pick up. That one I'm starting to see more now. Stavros says, yes, on the ASM 300, check the grader notes on the Hulk. Yeah, I will. Oh, Eric says, could the flaw on that 96 be inside on a page possibly? Yes, it could be. And again, we have to check the grader notes for that. So Stav, I'll check that myself. Yes. Vancouver Comic Junkie. Hey, guys. Hey, Vancouver Comic Junkie. How are you? Eric Williams says, Werewolf 32 is valuable. I just think it's getting a super high bump. It had a quarter of all graded copies in 9.0 or better. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So there are a lot of them out there. That is quite a bit. Luke, just curious if you had a time to check if that Vampirella comic coming back was mine. Well, this is it right here. I just pulled it out now. So I don't know if it's yours or not. I'll probably organize these books in the next day or so. I'm not sure if it is yours or not, Luke. I know I had sent a couple in. I just don't remember. I don't remember if this is yours or not. Could be. Could be. Sam says, as I watch the show, my daughter Nikki runs upstairs to get the autograph you did for her. Nice. Thanks, Nikki. Daniel, cool. Eric Williams, good luck getting notes on the 9.6 books. They never, oh, and that's another thing too. That's true. We could look for notes on a 9.6. Are there going to be any notes on a 9.6? Usually you're not going to see notes on a 9.6, 9.8 for sure. Oftentimes on any books over 9, you don't see notes. You usually just don't. So that book will probably not even have any notes. That's a good point. A very good point. Vancouver Comic Junkie says, compared to other big keys of its era, Werewolf by Night 32 is a fairly scarce book in almost all grades. Well, there you go. That's what I always thought. I always thought that Werewolf by Night 32 was a hard book to find overall, and especially in a high grade. And I had my fair share of finding those books. I never picked them up when I had the opportunity. Hey guys, if you haven't checked, I haven't asked yet. If you haven't had a chance, hit that like button if you wouldn't mind. There's only 11 likes right now. There's over 20 people in the room right now. That'd be fantastic if you could. It would help me with my analytics. Again, when people search for comic book pressing or comic book talk, these videos will come up and it'll help me with my analytics. So please do that. Eric's very true point, Vancouver Junkie. Now going back to, where is it? Zesty Taquido. Yeah, like I said, since about probably August, I've been telling people the turnaround time for the pressing, cleaning, CGC could be as long as 9 months. And I haven't seen anything take longer than that yet. Although I do have a magazine that belongs to Frank and Frank C from Toronto. And we've been waiting for that damn book since like March. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So now we're 10 months for a magazine that we sent in back in March. His whole order is back. We've been waiting for that one stupid magazine. And it's frustrating. So yeah, oftentimes the orders come in, but there's always, again, if you have like standard books or express books or walkthrough books, they're going to come quick, relatively quick. But then if you have economy or moderns, those are going to take forever. Oh, geez, I just remembered something. No, I'm okay. I thought I forgot. I just totally thought I forgot something, but I didn't. Everything's cool. I hate when I do that. You're very welcome, Luke. I will let you know. Yeah, I remember that. It was the same time. And it was a standard magazine tier, if I remember correctly. So hopefully that's it. It could very well be it. RP says, sorry, Kevin, I meant the book had a small green pen mark on the cover and some light staining on side pages along the center. Well, the staining might come out, RP. Like I said, send me a picture. You can go over to Instagram and take me a quick shot, shoot it over to me, fire it over to me. Or if you're in Canada, you can just text me the picture as well. That'll work as well. Eric Williams, I just wonder if Werewolf 32 mid-grade at $2,000 doesn't come down a chunk after the show, unless it's epic. I can see a fall coming from its massive heights right now. Yeah, again, it depends. The same thing happened with the first Marvel Premiere 15 and the first Iron Fist, right? When the show came out, the book went nuts, or just before the show dropped, and the show tanked. And the book tanked. The book tanked quite a bit, but now it's starting to pick up again because there's talk of a potential new Iron Fist property, or Iron Fist going to be happening in this new MCU. Again, it's crazy how the movies really dictate, and the TV series dictate the value of these books. I don't know if you guys are watching the Star Wars Book of Boba Fett, but as you know, or if you do watch it, apparently the last episode from last Wednesday had a lot of characters from the comic books, and they're saying that the Book of Boba Fett and even these new Disney Plus TV series for Star Wars are going to be borrowing a lot from the comic book series. Dr. Aphra, who's the other? There's another couple of characters. Well, what's his name? Grand Admiral Thrawn. All those characters, and so these the respective books, the correlating books are going up like crazy. So I don't know if it's sustainable or not. The only reason I think it's sustainable is because we're talking about Disney here. And like I said, I've said this again and again and again, Disney is never going to let up with these properties. They're going to keep reintroducing them and revamping them, rebooting them. you're never gonna stop seeing a Marvel movie. You're not gonna stop seeing Star Wars. It's gonna be in our lives now, I think, yearly. We might see less of them as the years progress. Maybe the popularity will wane and the movies will stop being made quite so frequently, or the TV series might not be made quite so frequently, but there's certainly going to be a presence. And like everything else, like all genres of film, there's highs and there's lows, right? Westerns have had their day, gangster films have had their day, heist films have had their day. Right now, the superhero film is having its day, and the Star Wars films are having their day. And that has a direct effect on these comic book prices, which I think is crazy. It's crazy. I find it really nuts that these movies dictate all this. Because you're right. I think if Werewolf by Night comes out and it is amazing, it's like the best thing, all of a sudden, I think that book's going to sustain the value. Look at the Thanos first appearance in Iron Man 55. It's come down a bit, but it's still strong. It's still a book people want. And I think it's a book that people want because of how impactful that Infinity Saga was. And the Infinity War saga, the last two big Marvel Avengers movies were huge. Endgame, right? Impactful. So I think Thanos is always going to have that kind of presence, right? And his books and the correlating first appearances are going to be worth that kind of money. The same thing will happen with Werewolf by Night. If the show comes out and it's freaking well received critically, and the audience really likes it too, and it makes its way to the big screen, silver screen, then yeah, I think that book is gonna keep going up and up and up. And look what's happening with Ghost Rider right now. Ghost Rider is ridiculously priced, and first in Marvel Spotlight 5, and there's another one that's really big right now too. Well, She-Hulk #1 is another one, but there's another book that's popped recently as well. It's escaping me, but yeah. Eric says, I just wonder, okay, we did that one already. Marco, since we were talking about ASM 365 and Spider-Man 2099, how do you press clean books with cardstock, metallic, and hologram covers? Well, oftentimes with those books, like Venom, Lethal Protector, I'm going to tell you right now, if there are deep indentations or really sharp dents or creases, you can maybe smooth it out a little bit, but you're not getting rid of it completely. I've done some magical work with regular, paper, with regular comic book covers, I got some great results, but with cardstock, it's a whole different animal, but I can smooth it out. When you're shopping for a copy, you just try to find one in its best, as good a condition as you possibly can, because they're going to tell you pressing those books, the results can vary. That's all I'm going to say. Oftentimes, a lot of hand pressing with your tacking iron. There's a lot of manipulation of the paper with different instruments and tools, because putting it in the press doesn't always really have the same effect as it would on a regular comic book, okay? Now, hologram covers, some of those books have complete holographic, almost like a Mylar or a plastic almost cover. You can't press those books. If you press those books, they're going to curl. They shrink. All right, they shrink. You'll destroy the book. Now, books like 365 with the hologram embedded into the card, that's no problem. You can press those books. I'm just saying that the results are not as spectacular as you get from a normal comic book. I hope that answers your question. Okay, RP, good. I look forward to getting that from you, RP. Eric says, remember when a cool artist or story dictated value? Good times, eh? Well, that's it. Yeah. Those days are kind of, they're still there. I mean, Neil Adams books or early Todd McFarlane books, ASM 300. Well, I shouldn't say 300. Batman, 423, Tech 423, first McFarlane, right? DC. And the books still have value because of the importance of the book. That first Jim Lee work, then that Santa Claus cover. I mean, people still look for those books, but yeah, the movies are what's really driving it right now, obviously. Connor Watterson. Sometimes I see some books I'd love to have. It'd be cool if there was a way to know if the owner is looking to sell during the in the press or unboxings. Well, if I know the books are for sale, I'll usually say it. I'll usually say this book is for sale. If a customer tells me, hey, Cav, tell people the books are for sale, I will. But I know what you're saying, Connor. I don't know all the time because there's so many coming through, you know. That being said, if you are a client, Connor, yourself included, and any of these books are yours or you have these books, you guys can talk amongst yourselves here and discuss that. And again, I am still working on that raffle site. I'm getting a little bit closer to being done with that. I'm going to start that. I'm going to start that up hopefully the next couple of weeks. And I'm going to start with I'll start with a couple of lower valued books just to try it out and see if there's any glitches with the system. Have some fun with that. I got a couple of nice slabs we can throw up there and see if it works. Hope that helps, Connor. AR450 says, any updates on your comic raffle? There you go. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. The guy I have working on my site is a bit slow. I asked him a couple of times to check the security. He said he did some work on it, but I'm not sure if it's ready to rock and roll. So, and I got to do some artwork for it still too. Luke says, maybe is Kang going to be the next big villain? Yeah, I don't get the Marvel Spotlight 5, not even a hint of anything. Well, I don't know if Kang's going to be the next big villain. They've been talking about it. What we saw on Loki wasn't all that impressive, I thought, but we'll see if Kang shows up. I think he's the villain in the Ant-Man movie, I think, in the Quantum Mania, whatever it's called. I think the next big baddie is going to be Doctor Doom. Like the big one, the big baddie, like the guy who's going to be the next Thanos character who's going to last a long time. I think it's going to be Doctor Doom. And look at the Doctor Doom first appearance prices. Wow, I can't believe how much they are. I think I saw a 6.5. Someone was trying to sell a 6.5 on Facebook for almost 30,000 US for a 6.5 Fantastic Four 5. Unbelievable. But potentially that's a big one. Or again, Magneto with the X-Men, of course. I don't know. Maybe Galactus. I don't know. I don't see Galactus being that kind of a character that's going to arc through so many movies, though. I don't know. I'm not sure. But you know what? You could be right. It could be Kang. Kang could be. But this whole multiversal thing, I think, is coming to an end soon. I don't think they're going to keep going with it. I don't think so, anyways. But anyways, guys, I think we've been on here for about an hour. I'm going to call her quits. I do have another box coming in, or two, I think tomorrow or Tuesday or something like that. So stick around. Make sure you hit that notification button. By hitting that notification button when I do post an upcoming video, you'll be the first to know and to get on here. And also do remember, when this video is all done, make sure to leave comments in the comment section below, because by doing so, you automatically enter yourself into draws to win cool stuff when I hit, those milestone numbers here on the channel. That being said, you also must subscribe. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Become a subscriber to the Comic Doctor channel. And hopefully a lot of fun things will be happening this year with the channel as time permits. Anyways, my friends, I am going to transition out of here. I'm going to tell you, thanks for dropping by. Have a great night, a great Sunday night. And we'll see you soon for the next unboxing and probably another What's in the Press later in the week. So until then, my friends, take care. Have a great night and see you soon. Bye for now.